Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. This is David Scott Iglesias with Energy Yoga and Wellness, and this is our online university. Today, we're going to be talking about the introduction to our 200-hour teacher training course. It's certified with Yoga Alliance, and graduates of this class will become certified as RYT 200s, which means you're a yoga teacher with 200 hours of training. It's a serious training, well respected worldwide. Many people take the course not to become teachers at all, but just to deepen their practice. So if that's what you're doing, just enjoy the journey and just see where it takes you, because some of the people that started that way have ended up becoming some of the very best teachers that we have today. We're going to be using a book that I wrote and published called The Path of Light. It's a compilation of everything that I've learned over the years and that I use in our teacher training programs at Energy Yoga. Energy Yoga itself was established in 2006. I have thankfully logged over 10,000 hours of practical teaching experience. I teach yoga and meditation classes. I also have been blessed to certify and train hundreds of yoga teachers that today teach worldwide successfully in China, South America, Europe, throughout North America, Canada, and even at Energy Yoga. We're going to be using the book that I wrote called The Path of Light. And in it, we're going to go through the different roots of where yoga started in the Indus Valley. In the very womb of civilization, yoga was born. We're going to talk about the pre-classical period of yoga as it got its foothold and beginnings. We're going to go into the classical period, describing how it matures, and then dive into the modern period of yoga, of how it is today and how it morphed. We're going to learn about our subtle energy in our body and study the three bodies. We're going to learn about our chakra system and how it interacts with our body. We're going to discuss the bandhas and our energy centers and locks. We're going to touch on alternative medicine, just so we're aware of some of the things that you'll come in contact with. We're going to take a very deep look at anatomy and physiology and common ailments that you're going to hear as a yoga teacher and how to address them. We're going to talk about common mental health issues that you're also going to deal with your students. We're going to, of course, talk about asanas. We're going to learn how to sequence classes. We're going to talk on pranayama and learn about how to do breathing exercises to hack the bodies. We're going to talk about teaching meditation. And we're also going to go into the profession of teaching yoga, as well as being a studio owner. Lastly, we're going to end with specialized teaching, so you can kind of get a taste of different types of other specialties out there. Along the way, we have over 108 different asanas that you're going to be able to watch the videos on and learn how to do and bring into your practice. We're going to ask you to read the Yoga Sutras written by Patanjali. And the Yoga Sutras is a very bedrock book for yoga teachers because it gives us the actual meaning and purpose of yoga. It also explains the 8 limbs of yoga. And so it's going to be very important for you to read that just to have a good understanding of where it came from. We're also going to ask you to read the Bhagavad Gita. And many of you read the Gita when you were in high school or college, and that's great. But it gives us the insight from the eyes of a yogi way back at the very beginnings of yoga. And it gives us some insight that we can use today. And you're going to, at the end, do a book report on it. And you're going to have 3 questions. The first question is simply, what did I get personally out of the Bhagavad Gita that will help me? The second question is, what did I get out of the Bhagavad Gita that I can use as a yoga teacher in my practice of teaching? The third is, what are some inspirational quotes that I took from the book that moved me? So pretty simple. We're also going to ask you to take 40 hours of yoga classes with us or at your home studio, or if you can't do it there, you can do it online with our online library where we have hundreds of classes for you. We're going to also ask you at the very end of the course to curate and put together everything you've learned and put together 2 60-minute classes that you can then teach to your friends or family or maybe you're already teaching. But just to kind of put together everything that we've learned and let it culminate into what you're going to become as a great teacher. So just enjoy this path that we're on and just allow it to take it. Again, enter it with no expectations. It's a beautiful journey. And just remember that a teacher is never a giver of truth, and that goes with me. They're just a guide, a pointer to the truth that each student must find for themselves. A teacher can show you where to look, but only you can decide what you see. So along the way, I just ask you to please question everything. The way you learn something better is to question it. The reason I became a teacher is they said the best way to learn something is to teach it. So if anything doesn't make sense to you or you're questioning it, please email me. We'd love to discuss it. I learned so much more. I've learned more from my students than I could ever possibly teach them. And I am so open to your viewpoint, to understanding exactly, the whole thing better from you. When I was little, I was very lucky. My mother actually took me to meet Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa gave me a big hug, and she's been a big inspiration to me over the years. Just that yoga practice of karma. And Mother Teresa had a quote that I love as a yoga teacher, and she wrote, "I am a little pencil in the hand of a writing God who is sending a love letter to the world." So maybe just think of that as a yoga teacher as you enter your journey, and just allow yourself to be an instrument for good in this world, to allow light to travel through you and touch others. Sometimes you'll be teaching a class and you'll say something that really didn't even have a lot of resonation and meaning to you, but somebody at the end of class will come to you crying because they're like, "Wow, I needed to hear that. Thank you so much." And that's just the magic of being a teacher and just being an instrument. When I do my energy healing work, I always remind patients that I am not a healer. I'm simply an instrument that the student or patient uses to heal themselves. So just enjoy this beautiful journey that you're on. And again, no expectations. Just allow it to unfold like a beautiful flower in front of you, just revealing your inner beauty and just allowing you to shine your light to this world. So we'll see you in the first chapter. We're going to talk about, again, the roots of yoga, the Indus Valley, where it started, and begin our path on this path of light. So thank you very much for taking this step. And I hope it's very meaningful for you, and it gives your life just a little lift and helps you see farther than you could see when you started your practice. So we'll see you in the next chapter. Thank you.